We're back. A couple topics to discuss today. Let's not waste any time. Jump right into it. Platinum Card Breaks. That's right. You remember the owner, G, has been accused of some snazzy sleight of hand when it was found that he was taking a Justin Fields redemption card from one of the National Treasures breaks they were doing.
You gotta notice here about 2 seconds. He actually cups his right hand and turns real quick to offset. Pretend that there's nothing in his hand. I'm about to show you. You see that? Sleight of hand skills that he has.
More fallout from the group breaking community. Mojo Break did a podcast where they went into some juicy transgressions over the years involving platinum card breaks. Pretty rare for this to happen in the tight-knit world of group breakers. These guys, by and large, are really friendly. And either in person, either in public, or behind each other's backs, these guys are typically really friendly to each other. So Mojo Break must have been steamed up when they saw this. Probably don't have a lot of good things to say about platinum card breaks. So let's share some of the juicy details that you may not know about platinum card breaks and everything that goes on over there. Let's start with the altercation that nearly happened between platinum card breaks and one of the owners of Mojo Break, Dan Anderson, at an off-site party at a national many years ago. Let's play the clip.
Whatever, Nick and G just kept on reiterating that, like, I don't know who they are. I don't see where they break. I don't know where they are. And then my buddy was like, hey, come over here. Like, I'll introduce you guys. Now, I get along with everybody. If you know me from the industry, I get along with literally everybody. I walk over there, and I basically tell them straight up, I'm like, they're screaming like, I never heard you. And I'm like, well, what can I help you with? Like, what's the issue? I'm like, what can I do to just mellow out the situation a little bit? And she is like screaming at me, like, and you guys don't break on like Breakers TV. I don't know who you are. You don't break on Breakers TV. I never heard of you. And I'm like, his wife, I think it's Megs, is also screaming at me, like, we don't know who you are. We don't know who you are. And I'm like, cool. I'm like, I will explain to you. We have a website. We break on. At that time it was Ustream. So she's still screaming at me. And at one point, he's screaming at me, and I'm like, okay, look, I'm going to take a step back. If you guys have any questions, I will answer them, but I can only handle one person screaming at me at a time. So I basically look at the G guy. I'm like, can you tell her to stop screaming at me? And he's like, you don't talk to my wife like that. You don't talk to my wife in my face. And I'm like, okay, this is like out of control. Irving, my buddy Irving, he basically gets me and goes like, okay, we're gonna go out of this situation. So he basically separates me from that whole ordeal.
I've hung out with the Mojo guys a lot, and I've never seen them come anywhere close to a physical confrontation with anybody. Usually it's me people want to beat up at a card show. So very surprising there, and certainly the fault there is on platinum card breaks. They got to stick up their butt or something, and ego problem there. But next situation I want to talk about with platinum card breaks. Every year at the National, Panini hosts a VIP party. It's like $10,000 to get in, or you've got to buy a certain amount of product, and so on and so forth. So platinum card breaks being a huge group breaker, they're able to get into this thing, and you're able to get a lot of exclusive cards and so forth, and there's athletes there, and there's autograph signings. Well, Michael Vick is there, and apparently somebody from the platinum card breaks crew starts heckling Michael Vick about the dog incident. And, rightfully so, Michael Vick's probably kind of like, hey, I don't want to have to put up with this. Somebody from Panini had to go kick out everyone from Platinum Card Breaks from this Panini VIP event. And apparently in the future, you have to get background check, or you got to provide ID. And they started to limit who got in and who didn't. So I imagine Platinum Card Breaks is banned from future Panini VIP events because of heckling Michael Vick. Last thing about Platinum Card Breaks is back a few years ago, they ripped up a Michael Sam National Treasures card on camera. Michael Sam is one of the first openly gay NFL players. And so I'm going to play a clip now, and you can make your own judgment and your own assessment as to Platinum Card Breaks and their level of character.
Outrageous, you know the deal, homie. I'm very sorry about this guy. I'm really sorry. The Cowboys Michael Sam. Thanks, buddy. Mini me, I'll give you a mini or something for that card. I couldn't set that. There's no way I could ship that card. 1099, Dickerson.
So I think between them being accused of taking the Justin Fields redemption card, them getting in near physical altercation with group breakers that have stellar reputations, heckling Michael Vick at a Panini VIP event, and now this thing with Michael Sam, and there's other things that were talked about on the Mojo Break podcast. You know, it seems like I think Doug said on the show, it seems like every year something pops up with these guys. But they continue to hang around. They continue to have people buy into their breaks, and there's certainly not a whole lot I can do about that. So just try to point people, to some of the other things they're involved with besides breaking cards. Let's move on very quickly. NFL Rookie Premier List came out. This is important because, and I think we have a lot of new people in the hobby and they don't realize this. The NFL Rookie Premier List is pretty important because these are all the rookies that are going to be in every single NFL product. All the autographs, player worn stuff. I've been to actually the Rookie Premier many years ago. I'll show a couple pictures when I was there. So if you're always thinking or waiting around for a football checklist, or I hope they put my 5th round running back finally in these products, the chances are no. There's this NFL Rookie Premier where these guys show up, sign a bunch of stuff. They put hats on for they literally touch it to their head. They don't even put it on. They do the player worn hats. They literally line them all up and they touch them to their head like this. So it's a fun event to go to. But if you're looking for that, guy who's never been in a product, and will they get him in autographs or will they get him player worn stuff? Likely not. Maybe in a set like Contenders or some of the other sets. Maybe where they go deeper with some of the rookies and they get some stickers, or maybe they get them to sign on card. But the NFL Rookie Premier, this is kind of like who the rookies are going to be in the products. So just keep that in mind. It's very, very specific to basketball and football, very much like this, hockey probably too. Baseball's a little different because these guys come up and down the levels differently, and they don't have such an organized event like the Rookie Premier. So I'll drop a list of the names in the video description. Check it out. See if your player has any. See if your team has any players on the list. Very important for group breaks as well. So when you're buying in the group breaks, these are the guys that are good. These are the rookies that are going to be in the product. So you're going to want to make sure that the teams you're buying into are well represented. Anyways,